Every morning, believe me, every morning was so many life jackets. Yellow, all the beach was yellow. Well, if you see these people that suffers, we have here hospitality for everybody. Why not also for these people?
My name is Sayed Hamid Musawi, my complete name. So people call me Hamid, and I'm 22 years old. When the Taliban took our city on 2016, I was an English teacher. I was teaching English at that time, and it is really risky and it is really dangerous for me once they know if I was teaching English. They think that I'm doing a sin. They have a different type of mentality. They think that, okay, I'm just making them ready to work for the Americans. So the Taliban have different mentality. I had different mentality. I was serving the society. I was serving my people to be able to make their future.
Πολιτισκό είχε 16.220 παράνομους μετανάστες και πρόσφυγες σε σύνολο πληθυσμού 17.000 στην πόλη μέσα. Μπορείτε να φανταστείτε τι πίεση δέχτηκε και ο πληθυσμός ο ντόπιος, αλλά και τι πίεση δέχτηκαν οι υποδομές του νησιού. Οι πόλεμοι ή αν θέλετε η φτώχεια που υπάρχει στις χώρες της Μέσης αλλά και της Εγγύης Ανατολής δημιουργούν την ανάγκη να μετακινηθεί κάποιος. Το ISIS τότε κέρδιζε παντού τις μάχες και τους πολέμους, με αποτέλεσμα οι άνθρωποι οι οποίοι δεν είχαν καμία σχέση με αυτούς αποφάσισαν να φύγουν για να σώσουν τις ζωές τους.
The unfolding financial crisis had an irredeemable impact in Greek people's mentality. Things that mattered before as much didn't any longer. Trust bonds between fellow citizens, politicians, the system became defiled. Of course, that didn't stop Greeks from exercising their humanity when the crisis struck at the shores of islands like Lesbos. But at the same time, it created a subtext of doubt and feelings of indignation against all those responsible for this predicament.
Well, the issue of the accommodation of refugees is one of the most complicated, as you can understand, because the country and the city was not ready to host in appropriate conditions everyone. It's a long process, a very long process, because we must not forget that we are in a country that faces the 9th year of a big financial crisis, and we need to keep the balance between all of us.
The food too small, very small. In a container, 8 people, and don't give the child shoes, don't give dress, give one time in the middle to winter.
please do your best to learn the help. Look at the situation. It's not fair. It's not human situation. Like, animal is better than us, to be honest. Look at the kids. They have to go apart.
The condition in Moria and then the camps, it really sucks. It's not easy. Like, even people don't have like shower, like proper shower or water to take shower. So life without water is not easy. I'm talking about just one aspect of the camp, but I think if you think of like other difficulties, and it's gonna be a very long story.
It's a jail. It's the same to the jail. But these people, it's honesty. These people, not a crime. They're so sweet, not angry, only sweet. Why close them to the same jail?
I think in the camp they are missing a lot of things. The workers, they do the best to offer them help. The organization, the whole thing doesn't work as it could work. If you see how the people there, they are trying there to keep everything calm and to give courage to the refugees, and it's very nice to see it. It's only you want to help, and you don't have the staff to help them. Yeah, they should send people from Europe here to control, to check it out if everything works so as it should work. But they don't.
Μια χώρα δεν μπορεί μόνη της να αντιμετωπίσει αυτό το πρόβλημα. Ίσως είναι ευρωπαϊκό, ίσως είναι παγκόσμιο πρόβλημα.
Και δυστυχώς, και λυπάμαι γι' αυτό, έχουν αφαιθεί οι λίγες χώρες, όπως είναι η Ελλάδα, να σηκώσουν πολύ μεγαλύτερο βάρος από αυτό που τους αναλογεί. Φαινός βλέπαμε το τουριστικό μας προϊόν να καταρρέει, που είναι η βασική οικονομία του τόπου μας, των επιχειρηματιών, των πολιτών. Το 90% της οικονομίας είναι ο τουρισμός. Από την άλλη, τρέχαμε προκειμένου να βοηθήσουμε και να καλύψουμε ανθρωπιστικά αυτό το πρόβλημα.
Οι δυνατότητές μας είναι συγκεκριμένες, όπως και κάθε χώρας.
Basically, this is not our competency. This is the first and most important point that everyone should know. Hosting refugees is not the competency of the municipality. Even the best organized country in Europe, Germany, faced issues because the numbers were too big. So it's not a crisis, it's a question of management. We cannot do it on our own. I mean, the municipality of Athens is one of the 325 municipalities of Greece. We need to coordinate the action of every municipality. Everyone has to chip in. Of course, we are the biggest municipality. Of course, we will have a big part, but we cannot do it alone.
Η Ευρωπαϊκή Ένωση έχει πει ότι έχει δώσει λεφτά στην ελληνική κυβέρνηση. Η ελληνική κυβέρνηση διατείνεται ότι τα λεφτά αυτά δεν τα πήρε η ίδια, αλλά τα πήραν οι NGO, οι μη κυβερνητικές οργανώσεις.
Δυστυχώς στο μεταναστευτικό τα χρήματα τα διαχειρίζονταν οι ΜΚΟ. Εκεί υπήρχε ένα τεράστιο πρόβλημα, καθώς αρκετές ΜΚΟ είδανε καθαρά το έργο του μεταναστευτικού ως μια μπίζνα, ως μια κομπίνα για να βγάλουν κάποια χρήματα. Και όντως έτσι είναι.
Regarding the process of how asylum works in Greece, it's a very good question, and there is a lot of people that they don't know about it. First of all, I gotta tell you guys that it's a very tedious process. It takes time, and you have to be patient if you want to live in Greece. If you're really asking for shelter, you gotta be patient about it. You will have, after 25 days, you will have your first interview. There are people that they get their decision really quick, but there are people that they gotta wait for a little bit. I didn't know anything about my future. I was so bored, I was so, the other problem is that I was away from the family. I get homesick and I miss my family. It was hard for me to handle everything right away. I was like, what happens for me if I would get a negative result? So finally, the translator came to me and was like, oh, your case is accepted. My hands were just shaking, my body was just shaking. I couldn't believe it, because it was, the lady told me, okay, do your signature over here. It was like, my hands were just shaking. It was such an emotional moment for me. I was like, I can't believe it. Is it true that I'm accepted? Finally, I got my asylum, and then I was trying to get ready for other parts of life, other adventures of life, which was finding a job.
Hospitality for Greeks was a great value they upheld as sacred. Philotimo is the integrity of character, the boldness of virtue, and the willingness and courage to stand up to things, a certain intellectual and moral honesty.
From my side, we always gave food and clothes. That happened in my property. That makes me understand that these young boys was in poverty, really in poverty, and they were in the middle of nowhere, and somebody else's cost. The reason that these children was here was not their mistake. Somebody else did the mistake and put them in the house. At that time, many people from coast, they tried to feed them. They tried to give food and clothes for free. We support them for a few months, but they're still coming, so many. Then the government has to take it over. It was not the amount that we can manage it locally. Accommodation was for 32 kids. We had place for staying. We fixed a place as a dining room and also for playroom. And we kept one room always for the children that they came directly from the police or when they found at the beach, until the doctors will check them. Because during their stay we had many ill kids. We had kids with no arms. We had kids that have been working more than 7 days in Turkey. Some of them, they lost their families. Some of them, they had bad experience during their stay in Turkey until they approached Kos. And I think these children, they came close to us. We have a very good connection every day. And I had the chance to hear a few stories, because every child has different story. And even they call me mommy. Well, it was more than 1.5 years that I have everyday connection with them, approaching them. Because at the beginning they were very close, they didn't speak to nobody, but slowly they became open and start eating like the other children and play. Well, it was like a big family for me. They kept them busy, very clean. Once in a week they visit the mosque in Coast Town. They have support from many ways.
I have a 25 child. I speak in English. It's a very kind child, very easy child, but she's a child. Very clever child, very much clever. Understanding, don't know English, but understand me. Understand me, my face, understand my hand, understand me, all of them. Many child, I have big trauma in heart. I don't know every child where it's from. I don't know. And I don't like, for me, the child. Not Afghan, not Kurdish, not English, not France, not only child for me. The class, it's a very love. Child love me and I love him. This crisis, it's very difficult. This crisis begins the war. Don't stop crisis. Don't stop war, don't stop crisis.
Like seeing children smiling around and hanging around, you know? They're children, like they don't know about the difficulties. They can see that what is happening outside and inside. They can see that. But like when I look at them, okay, like when there is a riot or when there is a fight or a fire, I realize like they're still smiling and laughing, you know? When I look at them, it makes me so happy, and sometimes I feel like I wish I could be a child. If you were a child, you wouldn't realize the difficulties of life. You would just like be a child and smile around and laugh. Because I get frustrated, but when I look at them, it just like it motivates me. It inspires me to just like struggle a lot, to fight, you know, to fight with difficulties. I started doing jump rope just because I didn't have anything to do during the day. I was bored. I was doing nothing. I was like trying to think, okay, you don't have anything to do. Why you're not doing something? Why you're not learning something to make it, you know, to make your life better? And also it's kind of service for people, you know, it's kind of serving people, because that was from the day that I started teaching, my aim or my goal was serving people. And in the future, I want to serve people in a way that I could be effective and productive.
We need to change the way we look at migration, because migration started in the beginning of history. So people move since the beginning of history. It's not something new. Migration can be a good thing. Is a good thing. You can see it in the United States, which is a nation built on migrants, created by migrants and operated by migrants. Just a small number that I've learned, 52% of businesses that are opening in the United States come from people with migrant background or migrants. So We can say, if we want to be a bit populist, half of the American economy is based on migrants. Maybe more, but you know, the new economy. So let's have an open mind, let's see things differently and stop being afraid, because fear is a very bad advisor.
I hope health and good life. If you choose to student, if choice to music, if choice to construction, good life and happy life. And stop the war, please. Stop war. Stop war, please.
Εάν λοιπόν οι μεγάλες δυνάμεις βρουν τη λύση ή αφήσουν τη Συρία, αφήσουν τα συμφέροντα που έχουν εκεί και δώσουν τη λύση, πιστεύω ότι άμεσα μπορεί να λυθεί το πρόβλημα και να επιστρέψουν όλοι πίσω και να γίνει η ανοικοδόμηση της χώρας τους.
I hope that we will be able to accommodate and integrate as many people as we can, basically help as many people as we can.
I hope all these children to find a warm nest, families, or good future.
I hope one day everything finishes, and even I was thinking that one day I would be the last person that I would be able to lock the door of this camp and then leave the camp. I hope that one day everything ends and people would have a life full of happiness and joy, and they don't have to worry about living, they don't have to worry about war, they don't have to worry about throwing rocks, they don't have to worry about rain, they don't have to worry about their shelter.
No man is an island, but it may take just one with a lion heart to bridge the sea between two islands.